And welcome back to the channel for another LEGO build. Today we're going to be building the first Jurassic Park set in a long time, and the reason I kind of wanted to do this one is obviously, and I've said this for probably the last 10 videos, I am doing a ton of videos at the end of May. Like this might be seen in July, so I'm actually doing LEGO builds pretty considerably in the future. I'm planning on going away for a decent amount of July, and I have a lot of good creativity, a lot of projects right now, and I'm trying to get the LEGO room into a spot that I'm more proud of than I currently am. I love my LEGO room. I think it's fantastic, and it makes me happy every time I sit down and, get to look at everything. But certain areas don't look the best, in my opinion. One of the areas, and Jurassic Park is more near and dear to me than any other franchise, I recently expanded just a little bit, and I'll actually be showing it off in the video today. I have now 2 Jurassic Park spots. Both smaller, however, one is going to be completely dinosaurs, and one is the Jurassic Welcome Center, and then all the minifigures from Jurassic Park, and then some from Jurassic World as well. I just ordered Muldoon, so depending on when I finish this video and whether or not Muldoon comes in the mail, just because I'm doing this intro probably over a couple days. I like building this kind of while I'm editing and stuff like that, because it honestly helps pass the time. But I was realizing that I needed essentially 4 minifigures. And there's more, but not part of the main characters, more the generic ones. I needed Owen and Claire from Jurassic World, and Owen and Baby Blue are now sitting over there. And then I needed the most important man aside from maybe Dr. Grant, John Hammond. And then I needed Muldoon, the guy who gets clever girled, unfortunately. And I was kind of looking at all of this, and I'm like, you know what? I need John Hammond. I don't have a Jurassic Park Jeep. I don't have a Brachiosaurus. And this set, when I bought it, was on sale on Amazon for like $65 instead of $80, plus tax, obviously. So having a set be $15 to $20 off nowadays is a godsend. So that's kind of why I chose to do the Brachiosaurus Discovery. As I just said, it does originally retail for $80 for 512 pieces. The main problem with this set is the same problem with all of the Jurassic Park sets. You're paying a lot of money for a pre-molded dinosaur, which is really cool, but it deters a lot of people, including myself, even as a huge dinosaur fan, that's like, I don't get all of the features behind this. It's going to look cool on the shelf, and the main reason I wanted a Brachiosaurus, not even just because it was on sale. I could have bought John Hammond from the set for like $15. I could have gotten a big tree. Speaking of, big trees either going in the Forbidden Forest, or the medieval village behind me, so that we'll get a home. But everything in the set worked for me, but for $80 it was one of those not with Dinosaur coming out as of recording this in a couple days. Also, one of the reasons that I'm stockpiling a lot of videos is I can do 30 of these in the time it's going to take me to build Dinosaur. The huge pop figure wall behind me is about to go away, so are all these little art books. That is going to be the Battle of the Black Gate and Dinosaur. I have Sauron, light that up and stuff like that. So I have a lot of huge projects coming up, and I'm trying to stockpile a lot of videos to get me through that content gap, because I know it's going to take me a long time with my schedule between the channel, fishing, and work. I don't know if I said this before, between full-time channel, daily uploads, and my full-time, every week I work overtime essentially, just because that's my job, and I just got promoted as well, so it's an experience right now. I'm working about 100 to 120 hours a week. Not a lot of sleep to be had, so I'm trying to do as much of the content as I can now, and I'm realizing that I can invest myself a lot into more fishing videos, and more sleep, and more relationship time, and stuff like that. So I am trying to film a lot of these over the course of a week, and it just so happens that while I'm redoing the LEGO room and everything like that, it is nice, it's relaxing, and it's really helping me build more of a platform as well. So I'm happy to add another Jurassic Park set to this. That being said, if it's still on sale on Amazon, now is a really good time to buy it. Muldoon is only available in the 4+ LEGO sets. Otherwise, you're paying essentially $30 just for the minifigure. I actually got him for $15, so I'm really excited, off of eBay. But it was also, I was waiting for him for a long time. So all we need is Claire Danes yet from Jurassic World. Obviously, these guys are a little bit different than the other ones, but we can talk all about that in the end. I just kind of want to give a little synopsis of where I'm at in my life and why I'm building so many Legos lately. Also, if you haven't yet, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm actually way more active on there than I've ever been, posting a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. a lot more like not creativity, but like I can talk to a lot of people on there better than I can on just YouTube, because we don't get the interactions there. Feel free to message me about anything that you're thinking of Lego wise, comment on any of the posts, lighting kits and stuff like that. I do keep everyone pretty up to date, and you do get a sneak peek as to what I'm currently building and kind of my life outside of here, which is pretty cool. Without further ado, guys, and without rambling, thank you so much for joining me for another build. Like I said, the tree is either going behind me or up at the Harry Potter land. And I'm sure I'll show that off at the end too, unless the ADHD kicks in and I forget. But thank you guys so much again for joining me, and let's get started on another awesome build, folks. Alright everybody, so here's the final build. Overall, it was a lot of fun for the most part. The tree had some very interesting, if not slightly annoying building techniques, but I'm overall okay with most of it. The Brachiosaurus is awesome and is very, very unique as well. Definitely like the overall build and coloration of it. I think it looks fantastic. Same thing with the Jeep. And of course the minifigures are solid, except for one complaint, and I can start with him. I wish Dr. Grant had a different facial expression. It looks a little smug, and I don't know, it's just weird. For like the scene that it represents, you would think that he would have like a really shocked face, and I think that would work out better. But that's my only gripe for any of the minifigures. And like you can see on Ellie Sadler's face, like she has a shocked face. That's kind of what I think it should be. So I think that that facial expression would have been a much better inclusion. But actually, the Dr. Grant I have is not in this like his original look. It's the final quote-unquote battle look. So I am happy to have one in his original garb, so that is definitely pretty cool, and I'm happy as he's part of the lineup. I just wish the facial expression was a little bit different. And then of course he's holding this little claw piece for his raptor's claw. Then we move on to Dr. Sadler. Again, perfect facial expression of her seeing a dinosaur for the first time. Very, very cool. I love the little tie off for her blouse. I think that's great. Great torso print, great leg print. Overall, just a fantastic looking figure. Hair piece, everything got nailed. Very, very nicely there. And then, of course, the main man himself, John Hammond. Absolutely fantastic. You got the little staff with his amber, with the mosquito inside of it. His facial expression, it's hard to describe, but it's perfect. Same thing with the hat, torso print, everything. He looks fantastic, and we spared no expense here. Then we move on to definitely a piece that I've wanted for a long time, a Jurassic Park Jeep. If you're trying to put some minifigures in, you can lift this up and down. What would have been cool, they should have included like a driver. I think that would have been a really cool inclusion piece for just like a generic Jurassic Park employee. I don't know if that's been done too much, but I think that would have been really neat. You have some sticker print on here for number 18 Jeep, some Jeep logos and Jurassic Park logos, of course, the spare tire in the back, and then the exact same sticker print on this side. I love the door hinges and the panels. I think it looks fantastic. And then up here we do have another sticker piece for JP18, as well as a license plate and a spot for a tow hitch. So very, very nicely done on the Lego Jurassic Park Jeep. Now we move on to the tree. And I'll do the tree before the dinosaur just because, you know, it's a tree. I still haven't decided where I'm going to put this. I'm actually going to play around with it a little bit. Maybe include it in this video. Not sure yet, but it's either, again, going behind on the medieval display, just because it would be nice to have a big tree there, or it is going in the Forbidden Forest for Harry Potter. I might move these flower pieces off of there, but other than that, it would honestly fit in there pretty perfect. If you wanted to use this for like the scene where the kids and Dr. Grant actually see like their first Brachiosaurus, you can actually sit them up here in the tree. Now I actually do have Timmy and Lexi sitting off to the side. It would be a little bit tough to get them all on there, but if you stagger them enough and put Dr. Grant behind, you could definitely make that really cool scene of her, unfortunately for her, getting sneezed on and Timmy being amazed. So you can definitely do that if your hearts desire it. I'm going to multi-purpose this tree just because I don't have the room for that Jurassic Park display, and this tree would look fantastic somewhere else. There is a little hatched egg to represent the, I assume, Velociraptor later in the movie that, switched over and actually gave birth to some eggs. So very, very cool. And then we do have a Brachiosaurus sign with no feeding, no flash, and no yelling. It's a very, very cool, cute little sign there. But overall, the usage of dark green to olive green and these like pink salmon highlights, I honestly don't know what color that is. I have a few of them before, but it's definitely not a color you see too often. I think they look absolutely fantastic. And then around the back, there's not too much going on here. A couple of these panels are a little loose, so just be careful when you're actually moving them. But other than that, the tree is very well constructed for the most part. Up top, you pretty much use the exact same tree pattern, but they're dispersed using a little 1x1 Technic rod over and over, just kind of like overlapping. You can switch, you can rotate, you can do whatever you want to actually make it fit. So there is some customization there, but overall, it is a really nice tree piece. So at the end of the day, like I talked about at the beginning of this video, I wanted this specifically for John Hammond, but then I needed a Jeep. I needed another Dr. Grant. I didn't have Ellie Sadler in that. So I wanted to kind of get a little piece of all of this. If this video, when it goes up, not honestly sure what date it's going to be, just because I'll be shuffling around for some big projects currently going on. Grab this set while it's on sale. Like I said, it's for like $60 to $65 on Amazon. I do think it's a really nice piece for that price. The Brachiosaurus is the last piece here, and it is awesome. A couple molded pieces. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, plus a 5th for the jaw. So overall, just one generally very large molded brick here. You can even have somebody riding on top of it if your heart's desire. There's even little toe prints on the side, so very, very cool. You can close the jaw, rotates, little ball joint, same thing with the tail, does rotate back and forth, but I definitely do like the Brachiosaurus. I think it's fantastic. A little hard to open that jaw unless you have a nail attached. Now, in terms of the scale to the dinosaurs, pretty fitting. It's bigger than a T-Rex, which has one arm. Don't know where I lost that in the move, but I'm a little sad. The Velociraptor, the Dilophosaurus, and then we can do this little scale too. Baby Blue, who I hope shows up on this. I don't know if he's going to be far enough away or not from the camera, but there's the actual dinosaur scale, and try and lower it a little bit so you guys can see it. I think that is definitely perfect in terms of the scale. So now I'll send all these little characters and all these separate pieces to their home, give you guys one final look at my Lego room with all these new displays in it, and we'll get you guys out of here. Alright, everything but the tree has found their final home in the Jurassic Park displays. So up top, I do have the actual visitor center and a couple of little accessories from other sets, including almost all of the minifigures that I need. Little Matchbox Jeep. We have the Jeep from today's build, and as well as one of the other Jurassic Park vehicles, number 12. We have hardcover book and then a limited edition 4K like steelbook set, which is pretty cool. Dr. Grant and Ellie from the final scenes, John Hammond, Dr. Grant, Ellie, the kids, Dr. Wu. Oh no, Malcolm? No, not Malcolm. I just realized I don't have a Dr. Malcolm figure. I don't know how. I don't have him. And you know what? I do have that like Explorer display. Cannot find it since I moved. So Malcolm plus the original of these two is in there. I'm gonna have to order an Ian Malcolm one unless he comes in a smaller set. But he's definitely one that I actually have to do. Arnold, Mr. Arnold. And then I'm going to call him Newman, but Dennis Nedry. And then, of course, we do have Owen Grady from Jurassic World. This spot is going to be open for Claire. And then one more spot. I think I can fit a minifigure. It's going to be a little tight with this, but I can probably push them towards the back for Dr. Malcolm. So those two should be the last two that I actually need here. Oh, you know what? Muldoon is actually in the mail right now. So I'm going to have to get a little creative and try and fit. I'll probably put John Hammond on his own little thing in the background, and then just work in the other couple minifigures. So not quite done yet, but we are getting there. Muldoon, Claire, and Ian Malcolm all have to be added. On the bottom, you can see I did clear the space out recently. It was originally the Seinfeld apartment, which is actually one floor underneath, and then it was some of the medieval village, which has been relocated. We, of course, have the Brachiosaurus, the Velociraptor, the Dilophosaurus, the Baby Raptor, and the T-Rex. So definitely a lot of room for expansion. I would love like a pterodactyl, pterodon, Quetzalcoatlus, stuff like that, hanging from the top one day, but we do have a lot of space. The next logical one is probably the Triceratops. I'm not sure if Malcolm actually comes in that set or not. If he does, I'll be building that very soon on this series. I do need that like Explorer anyways. So the set with Ellie, the big old pile of Lego bricks, let's just put it that way, and the Triceratops. Not sure if Dr. Malcolm is in that one. If he is, again, that's probably going to be a purchase this week. We'll see how that goes. But for now, I think these things look awesome, and I'm really happy with it. Now I'll show you guys kind of where I have the tree set and finish this video up. Sorry, I know the annoying little monitor mount is going to be a quick pain, but since this is a quick review and it's in all my stuff anyways, and it is what it is, I do have the tree set up right in front of the blacksmith shop, and I actually think it looks nice. It kind of covers up a little bit of that corner where I don't have anything going on. Now, it could still be moved in the future just because I'm debating doing a battle scene in the window way instead of having the blacksmith shop back there. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that's definitely not a project that's going to be happening anytime soon just because I have plenty of other things going on, and that will be something for probably the next few months I'll start looking at. But for now, it does look really good in the background. If suddenly it disappears from recording, it's in the Forbidden Forest, or Mittens the cat knocked it down. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another build. Check out all of my other Jurassic Park builds and all of the other custom projects going on right now. Give you guys a quick turn. If you're interested in the Lego City, that's what it currently looks like, and I'm very excited to show that off every time. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another build. I'll have links to all these descriptions, playlists, videos, and all that good stuff in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. Helps the channel out a lot. And check out my Instagram if you guys want a little bit of a sneak peek. I'm finally starting to take it a lot more seriously, and it's a lot of fun. I like talking to you guys outside of here. So thank you guys again so much, and I'll see you next time. Happy building, everybody.